A couple of weeks ago, I showed you how I went through and redid my garden beds and got those ready for the winter planting season. So what I want to do today is show you what I've planted since then and some of the progress, because I think once you see it, it'll look a lot better than it did when we started, but you'll see the progress and how easy it is just to get started with gardening in the winter. In each of the beds, I put lettuce in there. So remember, we talked about the 6 or the 12 by 12 gardening technique. If you look real close, what you'll find is you'll see these strings, and these strings, they sit along. So they're easy for me to see, but they're harder to see when you're not looking at the cameras. I took 6 pieces of lettuce and I put those in. So we've got right there, we've got these 3 here, and then we've got these 3 there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how the lettuce looked after harvesting it from my last month's garden or last season's garden. This is a lettuce plant from before, and this has already been harvested, but you can see how big this gets compared to the last one. So when you look around at the different pieces of lettuce, what you'll see is that they tend to get big. The other thing I put into the garden is I put in some lettuce. So you could see, I'm sorry, not lettuce, but some onions. Believe it or not, these were actually onions that were in the refrigerator, I'm sorry, in the pantry, and that just started to grow. I think we left them in there too long, they started to sprout, so instead of letting them die, I put them in the garden and they're starting to thrive in the garden. Everything that I did in the garden a couple of weeks ago, it all comes to fruition. It doesn't take a lot of work, it's not incredibly difficult, but once I got these things in the garden, they started to grow, they started to thrive, and I'll tell you, one of the best parts of the year is winter. And so people say, well, Salvador, why is winter the best time of year? Because you could see it's gloomy and it's cloudy behind me. But part of the reason I like winter so much is that it's free water.